Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Now a man who's taken the reins with the Cowboys, it's Tony Pollard. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Now 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw, Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. On play action, Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
A give to Pollard running left.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. First down, Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Play action now, Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
3rd and long for Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll run for it with Pollard.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive.
A first down throw for Prescott.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Prescott.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football.
Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
Fielded right around his own 43. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jake Ferguson, 48 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. Now Purdy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. Ray McCloud to return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That good for 22 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second down, here's Purdy to throw. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
17-0 our score after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Third down at 6. As they've got it as we resume action.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Don't do us like that.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Pollard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away.
Ray McLeod deep here for the Niners.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Here's Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
This is Samuel.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Here's 3rd and 9. Purdy. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Purdy off the play fake.
Gets this one to Juszczyk. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end, any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was, because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down.
4th down try. Here's Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they get 5 there on 4th and 3.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Purdy. A quick throw there is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Purdy now to throw. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
The throw over the middle taken in and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes.
Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is now 24. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
McLeod now on the return.
Up to midfield.
Ray McLeod.
He will take this all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports halftime report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Here's 2nd and 7. Purdy looking to throw. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one a first down pickup of 8. Play action. Now Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 51 yards. And the 49ers are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Second down, Pollard again.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Prescott on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing. Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On third down, it's Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On first and 10, Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hand.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Cleveland Farrell, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
So now on fourth down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. McCaffrey following the penalty. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
False start. Offense.
Oh, why are we doing this?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Prescott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Pollard is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Pollard again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Purdy.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
Purdy, big 4th down play. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Niners 1st down by a good couple of yards as they end up getting 6 there on 4th and 4.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Purdy throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Pass complete. but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still
No
yardage. Okay.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this... And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
75 yards on the ground here for Pollard. This is a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.